Because I'm a storyteller, I listened to their stories, and as a psychologist, I'm a trained story listener. So I was listening as closely as I could to try to find what's the common denominator, what's the common thread that is connecting all these girls and women that are very different, and they're coming from all walks of life. And what I found was this. Girls and women who struggled with disordered eating were like the child in the fairy tale, The Emperor's New Clothes. I'm going to tell you that story right now in case you never heard it or in case you don't remember it from your childhood. There was once this vain emperor. He didn't care much about ruling his kingdom. He was mostly interested in fine clothing and jewelry. And he had quite the reputation for this. And there were a couple of con artists who came into town and they pretended to be tailors. And they said, our clothing is so fine, only those fit for their station in life can even see it. Well, this impressed the emperor, so he commissioned a whole new wardrobe for himself. And the con artists pretended to cut and stitch cloth that wasn't there. But all the people who worked for the emperor went on and on and on about how fabulous they were because they didn't want to lose their jobs. And even the emperor himself carried on about his magnificent new clothing because he didn't want people to think he wasn't fit for his station in life. So eventually the con artists, they took the money and they laughed all the way to the bank. And now there's this grand procession throughout the town. And the emperor is wearing his new outfit. Of course, he's totally naked. But all the townspeople are oohing and awing about how gorgeous his outfit is because they didn't want their neighbor to think that they were stupid. But there was a child in the crowd who said in a very loud voice, "But Mommy, the emperor has no clothes on at all." And when this child spoke, it created a ripple throughout the crowd and everyone saw the emperor for the fool that he was. So what I found is that girls and women who struggled with eating disorders were like this child in that they had an uncanny ability to perceive subtle realities that many other people couldn't see. They could read between the lines, see the bigger picture, they could perceive hypocrisy, they could sense when things were not okay, even when everyone around them said things are just fine, things are just fine. But because their lives weren't fairy tales, what happened is they had to find some way to dim their light. Because what a child wants more than anything else in the world, what all of us want more than anything else in the world, is a sense of belonging. But they confuse belonging with fitting in. There's a difference. When you're trying to fit in, you're trying to look like, act like, move like, be like how you think others want you to be, and you lose connection to your essential self. When you have a sense of belonging, you can connect with others and still keep your connection to this, the most unique aspect of your being. Now, your thumbprint, there's never, ever been an Anita like me on the planet. Some people say, thank goodness. And there never, ever will be another one. And the same is the case for each and every one of you. We are absolutely unique beings, but we're not taught to celebrate that uniqueness. In fact, we're taught the opposite. We're taught try to fit in. And if you were born what I call thin-skinned, which is emotionally sensitive, highly intuitive, this is a very difficult task. And a great deal of sacrifice is made when it comes to fitting in. And so this is what I meant by these are the people the world has been waiting for. Because what I have seen, and I have seen this for a long time now, for decades, is that when people embrace the uniqueness of the essence of who they are, which is required for the recovery process, what they bring to the world is incredible, it's beautiful, it's brilliant, it's amazing. And so that therein lies the hope for recovery. It's not just hope for the individual who's struggling, it's hope for the whole world as far as I can see. It's a magnificent thing, and I'm really, really happy to be a part of it. And here we go, fasten your seatbelts, folks. We're on for quite a ride.